I don't know if I'm going to do a walkthrough because nobody ever seems to really like walkthroughs whenever I do them. Don't know what I'm doing wrong, but anyway, uh, I got two decks in. One I've been wanting for a minute. I think I got these off eBay. Um, anyway, this one is the Oracle deck, Wisdom of the Hidden Realm, and I've been waiting on this for like 8 years, and I finally found one that was the price, that I could afford. So, I gotta get, like, find a different, Dragon Tarot, because when I do stuff, I like to have, like, at least 2 to 3 that match the Oracle that I got. I don't know, I'm just weird that way. That's by Colette Baron Reed, by the way. So, anyway, so I'm trying to, like, find, like, I guess I could use Wizard's Tarot with it, too, but I'm trying to find a new, or a different, Dragon Tarot deck that I can use. Oops. So anyway, I guess this is supposed to be, and they do kind of stick. I have to keep shuffling them. So that's the back. It's kind of like a fantasy world type of thing. So I do have Spellcasters Tarot. I could use that too, I guess. I don't know. It just gives me like a dragon type of feeling. Like when I look at it, I don't know, like a Avalon type of thing. Did see Avalon Tarot. I do want to either get that House of Dragons or Game of Thrones. That would go really good with this too, I guess, because it's all like fantasy world. And I do like fantasy type stuff. I'm really getting into like weird weird tarot decks. I haven't used this yet. I think when I do my next reading for witches or something, I might, because I really want to use it. I'll do a couple more and then I'll put it up. But yeah, I kind of like this Oracle deck. Have to get kind of close, to look at things, because some days it's really hard to read stuff from the books, with my lovely sight issue. So anyway, there's some of the cards that went with that. What did I do with the box? Anyway, there's the guidebook. I haven't looked at the print yet to tell whether or not how effective I would be with that. So I'm gonna look into, and then it's got that cover card, and I always try to keep those separate. The other one that I got, and this one like $5.99, and this is because I didn't have. I've got like Santa Muerte, and then there was a Goddess Tarot that I got. Or sorry, a Goddess Oracle. So I didn't have any Goddess Tarot, and I kind of wish I had looked at a walkthrough of this one. I will make it work though. I always seem to make things work. It's just I find those pip decks to be difficult. So, I don't know. I have to maybe like figure out a different way to like do readings. This isn't one that I could like do like live readings with, because I really intuitively I struggle with pip decks. This one I would definitely have to use the guidebook for. So, I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. I don't like pip decks much at all. And I think I have an Old English Tarot. It's kind of pimpish, but um, I've had that. I think that was. Oh, I've had that one for a long time, and I'm gonna start like using it. I think there's only like 3 decks that I can't use. One is because of the fact that the guidebook to the Oracle deck is in storage. So it's a fairy oracle, and then the other one, the print is really hard for me to read on the book. Um, and the the other one, the way that you're supposed to do the tarot is just really kind of, I don't know. It was recommended, and I like the archetypes, but uh, anyway, um, so here's the back. I mean, it's really like bright colors and everything. My only thing is like some of them, if they're not majors, they don't tell you what the goddess is, at least on the card. So that's kind of why I say the other reason why I'd have to use the guidebook, because I don't know. It has some gods in it too. Um, I don't know what some of the gods and goddesses are. So, like I said, it's a pip deck. Um, and just, I don't know, pimp decks I just really struggle with. Unless somebody could, I don't know, help me out, like learning a way to effectively read pip decks. But I got into doing things intuitively, and, let me see, because I didn't put the stuff on there right. So I don't know. I have to figure something else. This is just like another one of the wands. But, I mean, the artwork, it's really pretty. It's really, like, light and pretty. I'm hoping to get the Dark Goddess Tarot. And I want to get Hecate's Path, and then there was another, like, Goddess Oracle deck I was looking at. So, I kind of was hoping that they'd come out with maybe, like, another, like, Gods and Goddess Tarot. I do have that Viking Tarot, and I know there's a lot of stuff with the Norse tradition that I could use with this too, I guess. So I guess that would kind of, I could make that work. I mean, the artwork in that is really pretty too, but I don't have anything to really go with my Norse deck, so I guess I'd have to like look for like an oracle that's in the Norse pantheon, I guess. See, that's what I'd have to, because some of these deities I'm not very familiar with. Well, there's Persephone, because it's only the deities that are in the major arcana that they say who they are. So I don't remember Athena being with a lion, but I could be wrong. So that's kind of like I was saying, I'd have to use the guidebook, because maybe if they got a particular goddess, there's a reason for that. So, and then we got another one with coins. I was kind of trying to find the ones that were like gods or goddesses. So, and I do have probably need to get a book on gods and goddesses. I had one a long time ago, and I got rid of it when I had to move. So maybe that's something I need to find, and that's what the cups looks like. I hate trying to like read decks intuitively. It just really bugs me when it comes to these pip decks. and I try not to get those. It's why, one of the reasons why, like, I try to do walkthroughs, or if I see and I have a deck and nobody did walkthroughs of it, I try to do. So it's not the not the most like entertaining of my videos, but you know, I was doing walkthroughs. There's Rhiannon. That's Rhiannon. Yeah, Rhiannon. You know, we do kind of like though that it's got the chalices have that symbol on it though too. That's kind of neat. Like I said, I'm trying to find like the deities because I've shuffled them. They were sticking together when I got it out, so I kind of had to shuffle them like 5 or 6 times because like when you get new decks with this kind of matting, they do stick together, so it was hard for me to get them separated, so I had to shuffle them like quite a few times. There's Pele. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate, but I guess this is like her interpretation of Pele, and she was trying to keep it like light and pretty, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, but I do like the artwork. I think the art, I just wish it hadn't been a pimp deck, that's all. I have, yeah. So, and then here's one of the other gods. And because I don't know who some of these deities are, because I'm not familiar, you can't be familiar with all of them. I'm trying to get out of the, here we go. So, anyway, gonna put all these back. I do like the fact that the box, it's a real good sturdy box, and it's got it kind of separated with that little divider. But it just goes to show you, you know, sometimes you think you're, you know, always try to look up YouTube and try to do walkthroughs. I mean, granted, some people do great with pimp decks. I don't. Pip decks. Oh, here's another good one, the Chariot. Some people do really good with those types of decks. I personally don't. There's quite a few decks that I wanted and didn't get because they were pip decks. I would, however, make an exception for Dark Crystal because I loved the Dark Crystal as a kid. So that one I would definitely make an exception for. But anyway, those are kind of like my walkthroughs. So, peace, love, and light, guys. I guess this is why when you look, I wanted a Goddess Tarot deck, and this one was a good price. So I guess like the majors and like the court cards, right? But like the rest of the cards, like in your suit, you know, if it's not a major arcana or a court card, it's pip. Pip decks are my nemesis. So, I mean, I'll make it work. I needed a goddess deck. I'll make it work, but the cards are, like, sticking together. Because they're, like, yeah, they're sticking together. So, I gotta, you know, pull them apart and shuffle them about 5 or 6 times. But, I mean, I like the artwork on the majors and stuff, but yeah, I'll have to make that work. Have to make that work.